Salvia Divinorum is a highly hallucinogenic plant which, when you smoke it or ingest it, and when it's been burned at the right temperature, causes vivid, very intense hallucinations. Now, most people should not try this stuff. You should not try salvia. I'm going to share my experiences with this. Basically, most people are not ready to see beyond the veil. So if you imagine there's a veil that separates normal, everyday reality where you go to work, you sit in your office, you pay your taxes, and you think the world is just run in a certain way, it rips that apart. You see through that. So you start to see the different frequencies and dimensions. You start to realize that time is non-linear and that we're all here connected in the same infinite present moment. Most people, when they see that, they're going to start to freak out, and it's going to bring up all their insecurities, their limiting beliefs, their fears, and their whole personality, their whole ego is going to be torn apart, and it's going to do everything to try and defend itself. So you're going to start to be scared. You'll basically freak out, and most people are not ready to freak out like that. They're not ready to lose their grip on reality, or lose their grip on one idea of reality and see what is actually the case. Secondly, dosage is pretty hard to calculate. So with salvia, the dosage is very important. You can get these kind of like standardized extracts, which are really good, but if you don't know the exact dosage that you're taking, you could be taking like a 60 times strength refined extract, and your reality will be completely torn apart for about an hour or two. On the other hand, if you take a low dosage, nothing will happen. So you need to, and there's no way of really telling specifically with your particular like amount what the dosage is. So, and that's kind of tricky because if you don't know the dosage, you have no idea what you're in for. So it's quite risky. But mainly, salvia will tear your reality apart, and you won't be able to look at things in the same way, because especially with your senses, salvia will take your senses and distort them in some certain ways that you didn't know were possible. So now when you look at things, you can't see things the same, and it's really hard to explain, by the way, in usual language, because it's not really something you can put into words, but it will change your perception of reality. Most people are not ready for that, and it would actually amplify mental issues or things that are already there. So let me know what you think about this, by the way. Like, have you tried salvia? What do you think about it? This is just my experiences. I was okay, actually, because I was already kind of awake to a lot of things before I tried it, and I knew what I was getting myself in for. But it's definitely not something you just like whip out at a rave and do for fun. It's actually quite an intense, and it is in many ways a spiritual plant, which has been used for a long time to have visions and see into different dimensions. It's not just for, Johnny at the rave to trip out. That's not what it's for. So let me know what you think. And by the way, if you want a free video training on how to manifest abundance, I do have that in the description, something I put together for you guys, and let me know what you think.